You ever wonder why you go into your local supermarket and you see, why do these eggs cost $2? Why do these eggs cost $6? Because there's a huge difference between cage-free eggs and pasture-raised eggs. So in this episode, I'm going to not only tell you the difference between these and show you how much better one is than the other, I'm going to show you how to make a nice omelet. And yeah, let's get going. Hey everybody, I'm Dave and welcome to Dave's Taste Buds. Today we're going to talk about the different kinds of eggs and then I'm going to show you how to make a fantastic omelet. So like I was talking before, the difference between cage-free and pasture-raised eggs is tremendous. So basically the classifications are your regular egg, which you can't even find anymore because those eggs are used, as ingredients to make other products. So if you see something that has eggs in it, powdered eggs, anything like that, that's where those eggs are coming from. Those are eggs that are from hens that are raised in what they call battery cages, which literally means one chicken has the same size space to move around as a piece of paper and the same way up. So it's like each chicken has this. It's deplorable conditions. They never get outside. They have very little, if any, access to outside. Male's here, my dog's in the house, Oliver's barking in the other room so you can hear him. So that's those kind of eggs. Cage-free, then the USDA came up with a classification called cage-free, which basically watered down all the other kinds of eggs. Cage-free doesn't mean they're never in a cage, that they're out running around. The cages are bigger, there's more hens in those cages. All that means is they have some access to ventilated outside. It could still be a huge kennel-y type looking warehouse of chickens, as long as way down at the end of the building there's an open window with a screen with air blowing in, they can be classified as cage-free. When you move up to free range, slightly better, it means they have some access to outside so they can leave their cages, go outside for a limited time and come back in. It still doesn't mean they're spending a whole lot of time outside. They're still being fed, soy product, corn, which really isn't what chickens are supposed to eat. If you want to do it right, if you want to have something that tastes great and looks better and tastes much better, spend the extra money and get pasture-raised eggs. They spend much more time outside. They are fed some, chicken feed for the hens, but they do spend the majority of their time outside in the pasture eating what they're supposed to eat, which is bugs, worms, grass, that kind of stuff. And the difference between, that and your typical egg is humongous. So, do it right. Get yourself the cage-free eggs. I know it's a couple more bucks. I know, everything's more expensive, but it's worth it. So, even if you wanted to take a look at it, these are my favorite, and they're not sponsored. They're just what I like to use. This is a farm called Vital Farms. These eggs are the best eggs. These happen to be organic, so they are, the top of the line. They do make one that's not organic. There's actually a code on the side. You can go to the website, put that code in, and there's actually live cameras on the chickens all the time, so you can see the actual hens outside running around. You can tell by looking at them, they're bigger, they're browner. This is your typical cage-free, this is theirs. The shell, so much thicker. The membrane inside, so much thicker. It's just a much better egg. And if you crack it open and look at them side by side, which I'm going to try to get a picture of to show you guys what the difference is, you'll see it. These pasture-raised, the oaks are just so much more yellow, they're so much more vibrant, the whites are whiter, everything's just so much better. This is much more yellow, this is going to be much more orange. So, if you're going to do it right. So, making omelets, pretty easy, nothing too difficult, too complicated. I'm going to get our pan heated up just so we can get this started. There we go. Get yourself a bowl, depending on how much you feel like having. 2 eggs is usually pretty good. I, of course, always eat a 3-egg omelet because, well, obviously. I'm going to crack these into the bowl. 1. Oh yeah. I'll make sure on this episode I get a picture of these eggs because, the difference is huge. 3 eggs in the bowl. hand glue on there.
Do you want me to bring the camera over?
Yeah, sure. Can you get a little bit closer?
Yeah.
All right.
Bring the bowl a little
Good.
closer.
See those eggs? I hope you can see it. I'm still learning my videography, but those are some nice orange yolks. So I like a little splash of milk. Makes it a little bit light and fluffier. I will be using some salt and pepper, but not right away. You put it in after. I'll whisk this up, smash them up. Can you see this? You can do this with a fork, but if you get yourself a whisk, it's a lot easier. Incorporates a lot more air, makes it more light, more fluffy. Let's give it a good whisk. Yep, just make sure it's all the same. I'm gonna move on over to our pan over here. If you notice, I'm using a cast iron pan, like I always do. If you want to learn more about cast iron pans, I got another video on how to treat and season and clean your cast iron pan. It's not always the easiest thing to do, but they're better than Teflon, and I use them for everything. This is my first time using this countertop burner, so I'm gonna have to work on adjusting the heat levels. And I left my salt and pepper over here. I'm back. Don't worry. It's getting a little hot. Got that. Eggs. Let's test that heat. All right. I didn't check to see if it was level. It looks pretty level. All this can be done on your stovetop, obviously. Move this around the pan a little bit. Take our spatula. You just want to kind of get around the rim. Can you see that? Pull it back, kind of lift it. Pull it back, kind of lift it. This is going to be tricky in this pan. I might not have used enough enough butter, but we're going to find out. Push it. Pull that forward so the rest of the liquid egg can hit it. Yeah, I'm gonna have some problem with sticking again. Yeah. There we go, not much to it. Now, I'm gonna hit it with a little salt, a little fresh ground pepper. This one we're gonna add our cheese, shredded cheese. This is a mixture, it's like a Mexican cheese. Kobe Jack, cheddar, that kind of thing. I like to spread it all around. There we go. Good. I'm gonna check it. Take a look at it, looking good. Move it around nice. While I'm doing this, don't forget, take a second, hit that subscribe button, like the video. We're just about there. They're so easy. I don't want you to sweat it. I don't want you to think that it's more than it is. It's really not. This isn't the most beautiful one I've ever done, but using this pan for kind of the first time. Now, these cast iron pans, they really hold their heat. So, just to get it finished, I'm kind of just going to let it have that burner turned off, have the heat from the pan itself kind of work the rest of it. Don't worry about that egg inside, it's going to cook. You can flip it if you want. If you had a smaller pan, give it a little flip. I actually could have used a smaller pan. This almost turned out to be pretty huge. And that is done. The tricky part is getting it onto our plate. Handles on cast iron pans, they do get a little bit hot. So if you need to use that, do that. Now we're going to take this and we're going to flip it right over. And that is done. Top it with a little bit more cheese. I got these really cool slate plates. Pretty nice, huh? All right. And that's it. Like I said, easy. It doesn't have to be difficult. And of course, put whatever you want in here. bacon, ham, peppers, onions, make stuff a little Western omelet, whatever you want. You can put jalapenos in here. You can put salsa on top if you want to ruin your egg. Fine, go ahead, I don't care. People like, you know, to use hot sauces. You can do a ton of different things, so don't be afraid to do that. Now that our omelet's done, it's all plated up, it's looking good. Let's taste it. Let's cut right into the middle. So I'm gonna take that, move that. See that all that stringy cheese in there? Middle's cooked. Scoop that up. Nice. When I tell you, I'm not, you know, this isn't even really like a versus episode because there is no competition between a pasture-raised egg and your average egg. So like I said, spend the extra money, make it taste like this. I mean, this thing is so creamy, rich. There's other stuff you can add in here. You could some people put a little bit of sour cream in their eggs, which I've done in the past. Creme fraiche even is nice. Just put a dollop in there when you're whipping it up. Light, fluffy, changes the flavor a little bit, makes it a little bit, you know, even better if you like that kind of thing. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say besides this is delicious.
Dave, you can do potatoes and
Am I missing
eggs.
something?
You can do peppers and eggs. You can make some nice
You can do a lot of stuff,
sandwiches.
guys. You can make frittatas.
I mean, the sandwiches you could make.
If you want to make a frittata, do it in that same pan. Use more eggs, a smaller cast iron pan. The great thing about those cast iron pans too, excuse me, is that once it's done, you can pop that thing right into the oven. If it's thicker, you want to make sure the inside is cooked. Fixed. What is it? A car needs a new muffler. It's not fixed. You can make custard out of those eggs. You can do anything with those eggs. Bake with those eggs. Just use those eggs. Get yourself pasture-raised eggs. Spend the money. Check out these other videos. I got a lot going on. I got other stuff to cook, other stuff that you've seen cooked. I made some drinks too. I made some limoncello. So I'm going to add links right over here to my other videos. So until we meet again, don't forget to go out there and yeah, like, subscribe, and cook something.